Hey, Sean, you mentioned it yesterday. I was just curious, after the summer, did you end up ever having any contact with Robert Saleh or Nathaniel Hackett? And then the second part of that question is, obviously, they had the injury at quarterback and just sort of what you've made of the way they've started the season.
All right. Two big questions. The first one I've already addressed, a day later. Secondly, they've obviously gone through an injury at quarterback. They're playing outstanding in the kicking game and on defense. Offensively last night, you saw a much better team in a big moment. And they had some brutally tough calls down the stretch. So this is a good football team, and you can see it on tape. You can see it when you watch them play, and that's where our focus will be this week.
Go ahead, Troy.
Coach, one fun one. Why did you cut the sleeves during the game, which has gone a little viral? And secondly, what adjustments specifically did you see defensively from the secondary that helped you guys kind of get things in order, especially in the fourth quarter?
Well, I think we struggled fitting the run in the first half. They had 170 yards rushing. Their two top targets throughout the season ended up with big numbers, Moore and Kmet. But we were able to fit the run better. I think that noticeably helped. We got off the field on third down. The sleeves were, look, it wasn't a new pullover, but they got kind of this elastic finish right by your wrist that was a little almost like, there was no air getting in and out. And so we had to give it some air. It was just like a tight fit around the wrist. So we made it a loose fit.
We'll go Andrew, then Zach. Go ahead, Andrew.
Hey, Sean, a couple of weeks on after you said you were going to streamline things pre-snap and the nomenclature and all that, what results have you seen in the pre-snap process, and what progress still needs to be made?
Yeah, I think the noticeable progress still needs to be made is the false starts. It's still, you can't be 3rd and 1 and then end up 3rd and 6. You just can't do that. And I'm sure that there's a number of things that are contributing to it. We got to streamline the cadence so we're all on the same page and get that cleaned up.
Go ahead, Zach.
Coach, do you expect Javonte Williams to miss any time? And if so, or even if not, what will Jaleel's role expand be like, as you said yesterday?
Let's talk about Jaleel. He played really well. He's one of the guys that got a game ball this morning. He was explosive in the run and the pass. He gave us some juice, and so we'll continue to look at his role. Javonte, we won't mention or comment on until, as the week progresses, and typical for us relative to injuries.
We'll go Eric, and then Mike. Go ahead, Eric.
Hey, Coach, a quick follow-up. Did anybody else receive a game ball this morning?
Yeah, there's others that got game balls. On defense, both outside backers, Benito. I'm not going to make this a weekly who got the game ball, so we'll answer this one time. Benito and Cooper, Lutz in the kicking game, offensively, Jaleel.
Okay, and then I think in 3 of these 4 games, you scored touchdowns on the opening drive. What have you seen that's worked well there as you guys have started fast?
Good question. We put together a list of 12 to 15 openers. Depending on the opponent, you try to get a few personnel groupings in, see how they're going to handle certain groups, see how they're going to handle certain plays. Yesterday, it was apparent right away. We were going to get a lot more cover 2. We thought that might be the case with some of the injuries they've had. And then it was just, making enough plays. The screen pass in 3rd down was a big play by Jaleel and Russ, and it was well blocked.
Go ahead, Mike.
Good, Coach. You made 2 defensive personnel adjustments, at least in the starting lineup, with Benito instead of Randy Gregory, and McMillan played more than Bassey there. Could you talk about those 2 changes?
Yeah, look, we're constantly every week looking at the rotations. Sometimes it's somewhat deceiving. It used to be, you introduce the starting offense, the starting defense. There were 11 guys. Look, the starting offense depends on what play we're going to run. Defensively, we're in a rotation. we're just trying to do what's best for our team.
Go ahead, Ryan.
Hey, Coach. I was wondering what during the second half when Russ was helping you guys engineer that comeback, what did you like about how he played and how he kept composed throughout that second half?
Yeah, he's one of those guys that, a lot like Drew in this way, they kind of saw the game and the world and the work and the journey as glass half full, upbeat, and at a time when you're down 21 points, that momentum can swing very quickly, and he was certainly, feeling that confidence that, hey, just get us the ball, here we go, and I think that's somewhat contagious.
We'll go Brandon, then Chris. Go ahead, Brandon. Okay, we're gonna skip past Brandon. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, hey,
Chris,
Coach.
here we go. Last one. Here we go.
Okay, how much are you still concerned about the play of the defense, but yet how much can the way the defense finished the game Sunday help confidence-wise moving forward?
Yes to both, and I say that, and I said this to the team just 15 minutes ago. I said, look, I'm encouraged that we fought back into that game. I said, but man, let's not finish today. All right, when we're done watching this tape and feel like that we're content at all with how we played. Too many things that still are disappointing, or things that we have to clean up. And the same thing offensively. We stalled there for a period of, after the first touchdown, we went a third of the game struggling. But that sense of urgency has to exist again this week. We're going to play against a lot better teams here in the next month and a half. All right. Thank you, guys.